Children. So today we will continue the chapter of biology, transportation of materials in plants. Okay, so the important materials which are required for the growth or the functioning of the body is mainly vascular minerals, which we call xylem and phloem. Already you know xylem and phloem. So these both combinedly are called vascular tissues. Vascular tissues. Okay. So xylem collects water and mineral salts and it will distribute to the upper part of the body. Its function is to collect water and minerals, okay, and distribute to the upper part of the body, means upper part of the plant. Okay. So phloem's work is to conduct or distribute food prepared where in the upper part leaves food to all parts of the plant, Okay. So again this xylem we have three types: vessels, tracheids, xylem parenchyma, okay, and xylem collenchyma. Again phloem also we have different types. Okay. So based on the functions, because see different types means the food which is present here should be distributed first in a part which is nearly clear, okay, and the food should be distributed around the stem, means one is horizontal, one is vertically. So to distribute the food prepared from the top to bottom, different types of phloem cells are present in the phloem, so they will help for the conduction of food and minerals. But when the water is coming from or water and minerals are absorbed, so that water and minerals which are present in the stem, which you feel like liquid, suppose you take a small herb and just to cut it or try to squeeze it, you get a liquid. Some you feel little like watery, because so that contains a liquid called ascent of sap. That contains sap. Actually, that liquid is called sap. So ascent of sap means what? The upward movement of water and minerals through a pipe-like structure is called ascent of sap. Okay, that is one way. And there is one more word called, this means the sap will reach to all parts of the body through xylem, and the food prepared will reach from leaves to all parts of the body to the plants through a process called translocation. Okay. So these are the important concepts: how the food will reach and how the water mineral will reach. Then again, how the processes take place whenever there is transport of food and minerals. Okay. So suddenly we cannot say, it is not like human beings. He taking food, keeping mouth, going inside, and it takes digestion. But in the case of plants, there are some processes or there are some techniques from root to the top, how they will reach. Okay. So there are three processes which you have to understand. One is diffusion, osmosis, and one more is active transport. So diffusion is a process where the molecules move from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. How much it moves, how much time it takes to move and why it should move. Here, when the movement of particle takes place, So this diffusion actually, it what happens here, the movement of particles take place, still there is equal gradient. There is balance in the number of particles or number of ions in this concentration of the soil and concentration of the plant. So that is called diffusion. Means, example, you take root. Roots will absorb mineral water and mineral salts. Okay, and the upper part of the shoot, that stem will not have that what, it is in higher concentration. Okay, so the roots which are present is having higher concentration of liquids, okay, chemicals, and the upper part is having lower concentration. So what means here, through diffusion means just they will diffuse, they will mix up from one region to other region, they will just mix up and balance. Suppose I will give a nice example. Suppose, okay, so suppose there is 10 liter of what, you take any minerals, okay, any minerals, liquid, okay, here, and here there may be only little like 1 liter of any mineral. So there is imbalance. Means diffusion take place till the quantity of what, root cells will become equal to quantity of the stem cells. Means initially here this part. So this part of the plant. So when this becomes 10 liter, that becomes balance. So that is in gradient. So gradient should become equal. Then only there is balance of ions, and this is how it takes place in the case of from what, movement of molecules from root hairs. First it is from soil to root hairs to root cap to root hairs, again root hairs to root, from root to stem part. So these all will be balanced. Means, so diffusion of soil and root hairs will be balanced. Again afterwards, again from root hairs to roots will be balanced. So that is all due to diffusion. So in the case of animals also it is possible. See, diffusion also takes place in the case of bodies of fishes or mostly amphibians, because there they will use diffused oxygen, dissolved oxygen, okay, and some of the liquid enters through the what, process called diffusion. Okay, so this is the case of diffusion. Then what, see, what is osmosis? Again here also there is osmosis. Means again there is movement of molecules from lower concentration to higher concentration, what, through semi-permeable membrane. Through semi-permeable membrane means what, there is a membrane here, there is a membrane. So what does a semi-permeable membrane will do? So the function of semi-permeable membrane is to allow only the required particles to enter through them. Only almost all solvent, liquid particles can be entered, but most of the solute or solid particles are not allowed to enter from one part of the cell or one part of the plant body to the other part. So in this way osmosis takes place. Means movement of what, molecules from higher concentration to lower concentration. Suppose I will give one nice example. Okay, I will give an example of sugar solution. Okay, sugar solution is concentrated. Correct? It is highly concentrated. It is concentrated. Means it is very sweet in nature. Sugar solution is sweet in nature. Okay. And I will give one more, like gulab jamun mixing. Gulab jamun. This for your understanding I am giving an example. Don't take so serious. Okay. You have to read textbook also. Okay. So if you put sugars, if you take a sugar solution, that becomes highly concentrated. Correct? Then afterwards what happens? These sugar solution may contain some solid particles also. But when you put gulab jamun to this sugar solution will absorb what? Absorption of means movement of because it is highly concentrated. from higher region to lower region, the molecules of sugar particles move and that completely becomes sweet in nature. Okay, this is an example of movement of particles or molecules from a region of higher concentration to lower concentration through semi-permeable membrane. So that cover of the jamun will act as a membrane. Only solid particles are stopped there, all liquid molecules will enter. So this is one case. Then again, what is active transport? See, you know, there are many minerals like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, okay, magnesium, iron, okay, manganese. These all are there. These all are called what? Nutrients. So nutrients are present in the minerals, contain all the nutrients. So these should be passed from one place to other place. And here, when the plants are trying to get it, it is not so easier because the molecules we should move from actually lower concentration to higher concentration. Okay. So how these are carried means again extra energy is supplied because see, one more example is very simple. If the water is flowing from higher top level to higher level to lower level means suppose water is made to flow from your terrace to the ground for trees. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible easily. Just you on the tap, water will flow from higher level to lower level, top to bottom. But in this case also, if the water molecule, if the chemicals or if the nutrients are made to move from lower level to higher level, what they need? They need to be moving with energy. They need energy because without energy they can't distribute or they cannot move. So that energy is supplied through a process called respiration. Energy is supplied through a process called respiration. Okay. So plants also respire. I told already. Plants respire. How they respire? They respire through stomata. There is a stomata. Okay. Means what is actually respiration? Exchange of gases. Exchange of gases from one part of the body to the environment. It's called respiration. Okay. So excess carbon dioxide is released and excess oxygen is released and excess carbon dioxide is also taken. So that is done by the help of stomata. Again, the stomata there are two regions. One will work in the night, one will work in the night. Stroma and grana we call. So in this case, so these stomata help in exchange of gases and what are the minerals are required, they will be supplied through a process called respiration. Through respiration, these all will enter and they will be moving from a lower level to upper level, and this is taken this will take by the help of ascent of sap. I told ascent of sap means again molecules are made to move from one region to one place to other place. How? If this is a long what region, so molecules are made to move from here to here. How? Here there is a respiration. Okay, respiration you want inside there is cellular respiration. So due to that respiration there is movement of molecules and all the what minerals are equally distributed by the help of respiration. Okay, these are the three processes which affects or which help for the growth of the plant. Okay. So what minerals are required for the growth of the plant? So when you say minerals, these play a very important role because all the nutrients required for the growth of a plant cannot be supplied through the soil. Most of the minerals can be supplied, but because that soil may not contain or that may be deficient of that particular nutrient. Here we have two types of nutrients. One is micronutrient, one is macronutrient. Okay. So macronutrients means which are required for the growth of plant in large quantity. Macro is larger. Macro is more or larger in number. and micronutrients are very required in small number. Okay, small number. But why should we supply this? Because these all are required for the growth of the plant and preparation of different foods. Now we see nitrogen, okay, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, and these all are required in large quantity, macro, okay, and these are required in small quantity, manganese, zinc, okay, they are required in large quantity, okay. Here, then what is the importance of all this? We'll see here. Nitrogen in the atmosphere, it is 72%. But this directly cannot be absorbed by the plants. So that should be in dissolved form, and that dissolved we call soluble form, that nitrogen will convert. You see gaseous nitrogen present here. That should be converted into soluble nitrogen, that should be mixed with soil, and that becomes nitrate, and that nitrate should be supplied to the plant. But what is the use of nitrogen? So nitrogen helps in preparation of many of the acids. Amino acid is there, proteins are there, fats are there, okay, carbohydrates are there. These all are helpful for the preparation of these things which are indirectly helpful for us for our growth. Okay. So phosphorus controls the what? Balance. It will balance the quantity. Then potassium also needed for the proper growth of the plant and for preparation of food. Okay. So magnesium helps in proper working of your stomata. Okay. So stomata respiration will take place by the help of magnesium. So these are the functions, and these are also required in less quantity. Means, but you don't think it is less, means no, it is useful, because if they want to exchange the gases, they need energy, and they are supplied by the manganese and zinc. But in this case, if it is not supplied, the plants need what? They go for growth is retarded growth. So growth of plant reduces if it is deficient in nitrogen. Okay, and if phosphorus is not supplied more quantity, again poor growth. Your stop growth, your poor growth. Again, if these three are not there, that leads to chlorosis. Means the leaves color becomes which color? Yellow color. So once the color starts becoming yellow, turning into yellow color, they start losing their what? Chlorophyll, and they wilt away and fall away, and in this way the plant's life is gone. And these are required for the proper growth and proper functioning of the exchange of salts and minerals, otherwise very less quantity. But these all are important for proper growth of the plant. Okay, then see, I think there is a word for transpiration. What is the importance of transpiration? Transpiration means what? Okay. Transpiration is the escape of water from the plant through a process of transpiration. Means through the leaves, the water which is in excess, it is going out. But what is the importance of this? So transpiration leads to cooling effect. So transpiration leads to ascent of sap. How cooling effect means what? Suppose I will give one example. Suppose you are standing under the tree. Why you should stand under the tree during especially summer? Because the water which is present inside the what? Leaves, that will be coming out through a process called transpiration. So that causes cooling effect. And ascent of sap is nothing, that is movement of particles from lower part of the plant to the, means from the root to the stem and all parts of the body. So that is movement of particles through like energy is transferred from one particle to another particle, it moves to the upper part. So that's called ascent of cell. So transpiration helps in this way, and I think I have discussed this also already. Cooling effect is due to ascent and due to transpiration. But how the transpiration takes place? It takes place through stomata and it takes place through lenticels. Okay. So stomata means excess water, waste water. Generally, you say excess water is sent out through stomata, or sometimes these lenticels are present in the bark of the leaves, in the bark of the stem. So through small holes, 0.1 to 0.5% of water or any mineral will move out through the lenticel. Here mostly like nearly maybe 1 to 2% of what? Water, a large number of water will evaporate, and that will help for the, that may lead to increase of water level in the atmosphere, and that indirectly helps for the growth, for what? For water vapor. So that water vapor mixes with air and gradually converts into condense and forms and produces a cycle called water cycle. So contribution of transpiration is to the water cycle. Again the water cycle means again the water which is transpirated, it will come back to the earth. So these are the effect of or important transpiration. Then what is the effect? What are the effects of transpiration, or what are the effects of this here? Okay, what are the factors affecting the transpiration? See, there are mainly 4 ways which affect the transpiration. One is temperature, okay, humidity, wind, okay, and one more is light. But how all these of them affect? Because if the temperature is higher, what happens? Due to increase in temperature, the transpiration rate increases of the leaves, means more quantity of water is released out. So that leads to loss of water in the case of temperature if it is increased. Humidity means what? Whenever there is increase in humidity, there is decrease in transpiration, because humidity is completely not hot nature. Only hotness is there, but that evaporation is less. So due to that, humidity reduces the transpiration rate. Then when we come to wind, more the wind, more the leaves of the plants are moving here and there. So whenever there is movement of the wind, due to wind, movement of the leaves, due to wind, high speed of wind and all, there is more transpiration, and this leads to more quantity of water lost from the leaves, through the leaves. Okay. Now light, light very well. If there is more light, more sunlight, heavy sunlight, there is more evaporation. That also leads to what? Loss of water from the leaves. So these are the factors which affect the rate of transpiration. Okay. So thank you, have a nice day. So chapter for your test will be given tomorrow. Today we can prepare for exam. Thank you, have a nice day.